We've built up our economy over time and through time, mostly through the extraction of natural resources, which simply rise and fall. They're the boom and bust cycle of economic activity in the region. If the coal mine shuts down, the jobs go away, the investment goes away. That it created a culture of disinvestment or weak investment and an undiverse economy. So it's had a tremendous effect, and let alone the effect on the environment and on water quality and soil quality. But these are all things we can get back. These are things that we can reclaim as we invest in other sectors and other opportunities.
In 1997, at our most downstream site in Huff Run, we found one species of fish, the green sunfish. It can live in a puddle if the puddle was big enough. And last summer, we found 24 species of fish at the same place. These restoration projects that we've done, the 19 in Huff Run, and we have many more in Monday Creek and Sunday Creek, and those projects have seen tangible results. In Huff Run, we've had $6 million come in. Those projects aren't constructed by out-of-state workers. Those projects are then built by guys who live down the road from me. They understand that their jobs, the money that their company is making, is going into cleaning the stream. So not only are these projects resulting in better aquatic life, like the fish and macros tell us, the money that Rural Action is securing is supporting jobs that are well paid, well respected, and would not be here, would not be happening in the community without these projects. I think every penny that we put into our streams is well spent. We need to have this resource. Eastern Ohio, Appalachian Ohio deserves to have clean water as much as every other part. And the work we're doing is resulting in clean water.
My students come to high school knowing more about tropical rainforests than eastern deciduous forests, and know very little about watersheds, watershed problems. You know, firsthand experience is the only really good teacher, and so you know, I definitely try to do that with my students. They always reflect on experience we've had in the field and say, you know, interesting things like, I didn't realize that, you know, I used to think of a forest as just a bunch of trees, but it's amazing the diversity that lives within a forest, or I never realized there were this many fish that live in our streams. I really think that you don't really care about something unless you really know about it. And so, you know, if a student's never seen stream salamanders or invertebrates or fish species, then they'll never get a chance to gain an appreciation for it. If they never gain this internal kind of appreciation, then they're never really going to care about it in a way that's going to affect how we use the landscape. Rural Action and the work that they do in educating people on that is a crucial piece in the environmental education puzzle that our society, I think, really badly needs.
There's no grocery store for at least 12 miles, and beyond that it would be 30 to 35 miles to actually get to a supermarket. I heard about Fresh Stops through an individual with community development in Benton County. It's brought in people who are looking for something other than soft drinks and snack food. We've been able to make available to individuals some things that they cannot get locally. I had a telephone call the other day from one of the restaurant owners in MacArthur and asked me if I had some cucumbers. And I said yes, and she said, oh good, that they had run out and the truck wouldn't be in until tomorrow. And so I set some cucumbers back for her. She came down and picked them up.
Maybe she's only 10 miles away from a supermarket, but when you don't have a car, 10 miles becomes 100 miles. To get good food, you know, into many rural locations is often hard to do. So, certain solution we came up to work on that issue is the country Fresh Stops. We work with the entrepreneur to give them the tools they need, the produce they need, the training they need, the distribution they need to have the capacity to sell produce. So when you're making unprocessed fruits and vegetables easily available to everyone, regardless of their economic situation or their location, you are improving the health of the community. So it's a win-win situation.
I've been here now for 4 months, and the first thing I noticed is how friendly everyone was, and the second thing was, what are we using styrofoam for? We have a lot of waste, and we want to reduce that waste with recycling. We have 32 cubic feet a day that goes into the trash. 32 cubic feet, it's unbelievable. We have 1,700 batteries a month that we use. We use 1,000 cases of styrofoam a year, 1,000 cases. So we want to change product, we want to make it recycling. It was great that Rural Action came in to show us what we can recycle and what we need to do to recycle, and so that we can reduce our waste down to zero. Our goal is to take care of, provide wellness throughout the community. I think part of that is we need to take care of our planet. We need to make the planet well. And part of that is recycling. And we're really committed to start a recycling program with Rural Action.
We want to change the way that people think about trash, that it's not trash anymore, but that it's a resource. The purpose of the Zero Waste Pledge is to help businesses, organizations, schools move towards zero waste. As a result of this project, over the last 2.5 years, we've done waste assessments with 34 different schools, businesses, and organizations. We are really excited to have Oblenis as a partner. A hospital is a place that touches all demographics, every kind of person, every background. It's really cool that Oblenis is recognizing not only the need for physical health, but that environmental health plays a big role in that too. It's great that they're going to become a leader in recycling in Southeast Ohio.
Rural Action is built on the dreams of its members, and we need organizations that can think about big, long-term issues in grassroots ways that can help our communities be part of this bigger conversation. We're all listening to the news. We're all experiencing our communities in our own lives and in our own families. We're dealing with our tragedies. We have to think long-term and invest in organizations that can think long-term with people and bringing people into those conversations. But we've been able to hold the thread and grow this organization and grow the work because we can see that it's possible to make the changes that we want. It's thriving family farms, healthy forests, clean waterways, communities that remember their history, and people able to make that happen. All buffered by a beautiful ecosystem, a strong and healthy environment around us.